Hamsters and Hares on match point, or is Golden Guardians going to tie this up 2-2 on game number 4?
Yeah, and look at Peekaboo. He's got his game face on right now. He's smiling, just coming off of that win. But now his focus is definitely shifting. He's very serious right now, knowing that, oh, he gets taken out there by the Death and Decay. Not the best start here. Valido getting that Chains of Ice here as well. They're not going to find that opener, but last game they did not have a great opener. There's the kidney shot immediately coming in here. No crowd control whatsoever. They're just going to pop combustion there, and I like what they're doing here a lot more. Peekaboo in a stun, actually going to take a lot of damage here. Steps to Zach, gets the blind there as well, and Zach now trinketing as well. It looks like Hamsters and Hares are a lot more responsive now with their cooldowns early on. Looks like they actually are maybe trading a little bit ineffective here, right here. And so far they have the popped right now. Peekaboo still taking a lot of damage though. So down here. Beautiful bubble and that sacrifice coming out from Absters. That was a lot of pressure, and that's going to be overlapped with the Cloak of Shadows, and that is still rolling for a couple of seconds here onto Roasties. But I think that they're spacing out the combustion as well as that Vendetta is really good, because now Whiskey's going to have that back, but still they're taking so much damage here in that match.
I feel like they're steamrolling Peekaboo right now. They've burned through every cooldown in 1 minute. I mean, some of these games have gone to 40% plus dampening, and they've burned everything from Peekaboo. They are just riding Peekaboo the whole game in this match, and they're starting to fall apart. Whiskey gets peeled on his combustion by Valido. Big chill string combo. Huge damage on match point. Peekaboo vanishes, ducking for cover, healing up with the Crimson Vial. Abster's trying to pick his team back up with that Avenging Wrath. They don't manage to get cauterized from Whiskey. Whiskey repositioning away from his team. Important to not stack up. I like the positioning from the Golden Guardians here, but their threats are not available for quite some time. No Envenom. Blinding Light on Absterge. If there's a Stormbolt here, Peekaboo stuns up Roasties. It's run, Peekaboo, run. He needs to avoid combat at all costs and buy time for Absterge. Absterge ducks around the corner, picking Peekaboo back up into the battle. Whiskey Frost Nova's the warrior. The Golden Guardians need to stall. They don't have any pressure. They have no defense. They somehow need to prevent themselves from dying for quite some time.
Yeah, I mean, let's see what they can do. Peekaboo and Absurge, they overlapped a little bit earlier on with the Blessing of Protection and Trinket, and that is just such a crucial thing for Peekaboo to survive. They need to have outs for the stun lock combo. Roasty's down a kidney shot. The Abomination Limb comes in. Valido and Roasty's looking to get really aggressive, but Peekaboo, he's just been on the run the entire game. I mean, that's why his damage is so low. He just cannot sit and trade with Valido and Roast. He's now caught into a full stun. He's got no outs. He gets gripped away. Needs a Blessing of Protection. Needs help. Absurge coming in with big heals, and it looks like Peekaboo will be able to survive. Now Whiskey potentially going for a polymorph. He gets shut down there by Roasty. Peekaboo just caught into the Chains of Ice, looking at him just trying to waddle to his target, but that is not an easy thing to do. Freedom goes out onto Whiskey. Valido keeping up those chains, just really keeping everyone snared. Beautiful Dragon's Breath coming in from Whiskey. Is there going to be a polymorph on Zach? He might get denied by Valido. No, the polymorph lands. They have an opportunity. A little bit of damage here onto Roasties. Peekaboo trying to set up a big Envenom. Lands, but a double Blinding Sleet from Valido. Another huge setup with the Cinder Ghost's Fury. Peekaboo right now forced to use the Cloak of Shadows as well as the Feint to just run away and try to avoid some damage. The cleave damage is too high. Absurge is really struggling. Whiskey luckily still has his Cauterize and Ice Block of Freedom to get away. The Golden Guardians recover, but if you look at mana, Absurge is burning through a lot of his mana in order to stay alive. And I mean, at the same time, Zach is also, I mean, I feel like the overall damage for Peekaboo and Whiskey is really, really low, but somehow Zach is burning through a lot of his mana.
Yeah, and Whiskey has his combustion now as well. He's just looking to pop that on cooldown here, and there it is. He's going to be pressing that immediately here. Valido not going to be able to trade super effectively with that anti-magic zone, but now a big setup coming out onto Peekaboo. Look at Roasties. He's going to maybe fall here. There's finally the anti-magic zone being traded for that combustion, and this is looking a lot better. They're just tunneling damage now. Absturge having to trade out the sacrifice there. Peekaboo has no trinket. That next setup could be absolutely deadly, and it's coming right now. There's the full fear. Do they have the damage? Zach is there, ready to back him up as well. Hammer of Justice dropping down onto Absturge. Peekaboo with a kind of defensive kidney shot here, and there's a Blinding Light as well. Peekaboo still taking a lot of damage here. Whiskey just looking to reset his combustion. Gonna be up in about 15 seconds once he gets out of that hard stop aura. And Whiskey now looking for a sheep, gets denied on it once again by Valido. That Road Silence coming in a little bit too late. There is the Dragon's Breath. He gets interrupted on that as well. Whiskey now trying to build up a little distance here. Peekaboo just spamming out the throw knife here, trying to get some pressure here. And here we go. Big combustion smoke bomb. This could just be the game. Blinding Sleep once again saves the day. Triple Cindergosa by Valido, and Peekaboo forced to sit in that Blessing of Protection. Nice trade there by Absturge, but this game is actually spiraling a little bit out of control here for Hamsters and Harris. A lot of more pressure and win conditions on the side of Golden Guardians. That next combustion as well, not going to have that anti-magic zone as an answer. If Whiskey can just spam out a few more fireballs here, they can set themselves up for a nice win condition here, potentially onto Zach or onto Roasties. They're going after Zach. Beautiful kidney shot with the Garrote Silence. Absturge with the backup.
Hammer!
There's the Hammer of Justice. Big damage coming in. Roasties back him up with the Intervene, with the Battle Master as well from Zach. And it looks like he is going to survive, but this game is just all over the place, and we just entered dampening here, Sid.
Golden Guardians refusing to die here. Peekaboo's so slippery, and you can't use taunt on players, but I feel like Peekaboo's got permanent taunt on Valido and Roasties, just baiting them to chase him throughout the game, and they haven't been able to get out any damage as a result. Hamsters and Hares need to figure out something here, because Mana's actually even. Very surprising here in game number 2. They stun up Peekaboo with that Abomination Limb, pulling the whole team together and cleaving them apart. Peekaboo trades out Trinket, Cloak of Shadows, trying to retreat away from the AoE. Whiskey tries to counter pressure with the Combustion. He's trying to pull out some cooldowns. They manage to get Rally. They blind Zach. They get the Medallion. Nice play there by Peekaboo in the back line, getting that crowd control. Roasties trades Die by the Sword. That's a perfect situation. They got exactly what they wanted to from that setup, but Whiskey's low on health, trying to retreat away. They could proc Cauterize at 10%. Absturge trying to pick him up. He doesn't have a lot of powerful cooldowns. Really slow Holy Lights coming in onto Whiskey. Whiskey dropping that Rune of Power, but Peekaboo now in trouble. They bop out Peekaboo. He's on the run, rotted down below half. Absturge struggling to pick up his team here, trying to retreat and run laps on the bottom side. Match point, facing elimination. They cannot afford to lose.
Yeah, this is such a devastating moment here. They need to figure something out, but there's just so many cooldowns available for the side of Hamster and Hares. Zach's mana is actually surprisingly low. Whiskey getting low once again, trying to run away. Absturge using the Divine Favor to try to top him off. Peekaboo's still on the run in this matchup. Rosie struggling to get to his target. Stun comes in from Valido. Big damage coming out, but double blinding Sleet interrupt onto Whiskey. Who are they going after? And unfortunately, it doesn't look like they really have a great target. Going after Peekaboo now with full Stormbolt. Peekaboo getting torn apart, but big heals from Absturge. He has his Venging Wrath up at 12% dampening, easily healing himself up. And a full Polymorph now lands on Zach. Divine Shield trades Anti-Magic Zone as well. Golden Guardians have a surprising amount of pressure in this situation. Zach's mana is not looking great. He's got no Trinket. He's got no Divine Shield. Can they actually take down Roasties? Peekaboo's still just kiting with that freedom. And all of a sudden, it looks like Golden Guardians actually has a clear path to victory. They just need one good crowd control chain on Zach. Peekaboo just has to survive a little bit longer. The sacrifice trades out by Absturge, keeping Peekaboo alive. A full kidney shot lands on Roasties. Zach, unfortunately, doesn't really have too much to work with. That's his last sacrifice as well, and I feel like the Golden Guardians, they've put themselves in a situation where they can actually win this game.
Absolutely agree with you there, man. They're actually ahead on mana right now. If they can just keep kiting here, Peekaboo needs to be careful. Absturge sat down for a little sip there as well. Actually managed to get a tick or two right there. Whiskey still with his Ice Block. Might need to trade it here. He's holding on to it, and now this could be very, very dangerous. That Vendetta is going to come up in 1 second. Peekaboo might just go for the trigger right away, and he does. And that's going to be the trade there with the Die by the Sword, that next combustion. No answer, and it is coming up ever so fast. Whiskey, what are you going to do right now? Just soaking up the Blaze from, goes for the Shifting Power, gets the freedom, blinks back to safety here with Absturge, and one more Fireball, and he's going to have it right now. He's just going to pump it on that Fireball. Here we go. Big damage coming out to get the full blind onto Zach. No trade coming out though. Whiskey still taking a lot of damage behind that pillar. Double Cindergosa. If he has to Ice Block there with his combustion up, that would be devastation. Whiskey forced to trade here, and he does hold on to the Cauterize. Ice Blocks there, and now they're swapping over to Peekaboo. They got the Hodge here onto Absturge. Big Divine Favor coming out here from Absturge. Going for a big heal here onto Peekaboo. Absturge still with those wings, able to keep his team in the fight, and this one is going down to the wire, Sid.
There's no mana left for either side at this point. Are both teams going to retreat away, try and drink? It looks like Zach wants to drink. They're trying to buy the late game advantage. Peekaboo's moving in. He distracts the drink around the corner, denying some mana region, but he's so low on health. He gets stunned up. Absturge needs to help him.
No.
He spells him into a war stone. No way at 10%. Absturge clutches it out with a big heal, keeping Peekaboo alive at 25. Smoke bomb power play. Roasties breaks out of the stun, trying to get in line of sight of Zach here. Whiskey gets double blinded by Valido. Perfect peels by Valido. Double Dragon Smith though sets up. Zach breaks out of blinding light there, but now he's susceptible to blind in the future. I don't know. Blind's pretty far away. I don't think we're seeing that, but combustion's available. This combustion basically needs to win the game, I think, for WizKid at this point. He has to set it up perfectly. Who are they going to go after? He's popping off with the combustion. Anti-magic zone from Bolito. Solid defense from him throughout this series now. Peekaboo's very low on health. No mana remaining. No Avenging Wrath. They're chasing down Peekaboo, but that might be a bait. Maybe they should switch back to the mage. Peekaboo's still at half, trying to set up here. Gets gripped back away from Zach. He's got no mobility. He's in trouble. Sacrifice at 10%. Absurge's cooldown's coming up in the nick of time. Just the classic Golden Guardians trying to make the move here at such deep dampening against all odds with nothing left. Zach stunned up. Peekaboo swapping over, but Absurge gets gripped into the fight. Peekaboo is still low. Dampening's just getting higher and higher. Peekaboo Vulpin shifts away. Roasties can't keep up. He's going to go after WizK. Absurge has nothing left for mana. He can't do anything at this point. One Divine Toll comes out into another one. Big triple stun though. Chill Streak bounces. Peekaboo dodges it with excellent positioning here. They're desperate. They polymorph Zach. This do or die. This Vendetta needs to net a kill, but Bolito shuts down the Vendetta with a blinding sleet. Absurge with a big holy light off the backside. Gets a huge heal. Peekaboo's got evasion. He needs to make something happen with this. They've got nothing left here. I feel like I've been saying that for 5 minutes, and they're still playing. Blind bubble. They did it. No way. Combustion comes out.
Oh, it's not over.
Oh, stun on Absurge. Bubble. Does he have mana? I don't know if Bolito can do this by himself. Oh, no.
Oh!
So close. Peekaboo barely holding on. Absurge needs to top him off. Peekaboo trying to get away, but there's just nothing. Bolito's all over him. Can he take him down? Obliterate's coming in. Peekaboo on the run. Golden Guardians, they just have to hold on a little bit longer. The kidney shot does land. Bolito breaks out. Still trying to chase him down. Zach in desperation just runs out of healing, and Golden Guardians, they tie it up. The assassination. Look at Peekaboo. He can't believe it. He's just laughing. That Cloud9 has been on point so far with this Moonkin.
You took that from the chat.
No, he took that from me.
Directly from the chat.
Wait, what? I said that earlier. No one reacted.
Point, and let's see what happens. OTK. OTK, let's see what they can do. Triple Disorient Roar. They're looking to get aggressive very early on. Cloud9 looking for a polymorph. Can they find it? Looks like Trill will be able to use the Transcendence and get away, so not a bad start. I mean, Trill, he Trinket Transcendence for the combustion, and I mean, oh! Cdew, what is going on? He goes to 10% health, and this is what I'm talking about, these random swaps coming in from Cloud9. Cdew barely survives that one. Doesn't really have to trade out too many cooldowns, but OTK, they need to get something going fast.
Cdew definitely already kind of staring death in the eye here as we enter the final game in this series. Right now, 2-2. This is a upper bracket game, so whoever loses here will not be eliminated. They will just be dropping down to that lower bracket, but there is a lot of sharks waiting down there, and we're going to see here who does go down there. Cdew now lobbing out a few lava bursts. Sky Fury Totem is active. Wealthy Man taking fat damage there, and that's going to be the sacrifice coming out from Cubsy. Now a Hammer of Justice onto Trill. Maz as well, cross crowd control, dropping that Trinket and that anti-magic zone. Cdew now going to be healing himself up and making sure that Trill and Maz stay alive and stay on target here. Wealthy Man now once again just trying to get some distance, trying to find some crowd control. Shanimal here looking for some crowd control as well. That Incarnation still has a couple of seconds left on it. If they can find any crowd control onto Cdew, that Root Beam is off cooldown right now. What is Cdew going to do about it? Shanimal might be looking for a double blinding sleep coming out. This is the setup. Maz, can they find the stun here? Doesn't look like it right now. A lot of damage coming out of Wealthy Man. He blinks out finally. In the nick of time, he gets bounced back there with the Ring of Peace. Double Dragon's Breath on the Fist of Fury. Chanimal dumping Star Surge after Star Surge, and still anybody could take this match so back and forth in the opening stages here.
Cdew went Night Fae Shaman so he can blink out of Solar Beams. He was also going to get that Fae Transfusion. Here he goes for the Fae Transfusion. Aggressive onto Wealthy Man. Chanimal down to half health. Cdew caught in a stun though. This is a scary moment for OTK on match point. Trill. Oh no, they're blasting Cdew. He barely gets out of line of sight of that swap on the combustion, but does stay in the fight. Chanimal low on health. Wealthy Man now low. Cubsy trying to stabilize. Mana even between the teams. Back and forth throughout this series. Can OTK break the curse? Can they actually beat Cloud9 in a best of 5? It was looking so good, but this Boomkin Mage, the double wizard, has had OTK's number for years. It would be his first time in so long that they'd be able to best Cloud9. They're banking on the Windwalker DK. Whoa. It's looking good. They get the Cauterize from Wealthy Man. He's on the run. Cubsy getting swapped to, ringed against the wall. Ring of Peace positioning here, MVP, but Wealthy Man and Chanimal peeling both Trill and Mez simultaneously, buying Cubsy time. to get some relief.
Yep, Cubsy's going to be A-OK. Holy Light comes in. He gets topped off, but Wealthy Man, he's got no cauterize. He has to be very careful of the next setup coming in from OTK. Still getting a little bit low, no diffuse magic, but still has this touch of karma. They're all over Wealthy Man, and on the small map, it is extremely difficult to get away. Cdew still has his trinket. He still has Spirit Link. OTK has a lot of answers here. Trill's actually just going to portal away during this crowd control chain. Doesn't want to mess around, take too much damage while Cdew is in crowd control. About 3.5 minutes into the game, both these healers are burning through a lot of mana, and I don't think this is going to be one of those matchups where anyone's going to be able to sneak away for a drink.
Oh.
Beautiful shimmer there by Wealthy Man. That's super unfortunate. They're about to get a double setup, but Wealthy Man completely denies it with the shimmer, with an alter time. Now a full cyclone on Trill. They're going after Cdew. He's caught into a stun. What is he going to do? Doesn't look to be an anti-magic zone available. He just trades out the Spirit Link totem. There wasn't enough damage, but now there's no Spirit Link totem, and Wealthy Man has this combustion rotating back up. Chanimal has his cooldowns coming up in about 15 seconds. Cloud9 has a huge hit, and I don't know if OTK is going to be ready for it.
Yeah, it's going to be very scary. Right now, Cdew does have his Astral Shift, and Maz has some cooldowns. I think he might be able to survive it. Big damage coming out here. There's the Ice Block Force, and Cubsy has to use his Divine Shield there as well. What a beautiful triple Syndra Gosa here, basically freezing the entire sea here, and we're going to see Wealthy Man still in a lot of trouble. Cdew now in a Cyclone Chanimal, looking to set up big damage here. Here we go. Combustion onto Maz, combustion onto Trill, actually. Big damage, but he pre-diffuses it, and Maz with a beautiful preemptive anti-magic shell there as well. Mez and Trill responding perfectly there. Abomination's limb now gripping in everybody. Here comes the triple blinding sleep. There's the leg sweep. Chanimal might get clean. Wealthy Man trinkets all the times. Blinks out. He might just go down here. He could go back in time. Gets actually cancelled. He might get purged by Cdew. Nice paralyzed there onto Cubsy. And Wealthy Man still taking so much damage. Chanimal not going to be able to save it. And the seed is not going to be getting too much health here. They bop the seed. Can they keep it alive? Doesn't look like it. And finally, OTK break the curse and take down Cloud9 in game number 5. What a match.
Now this is interesting. We saw some really close games between these two teams the last time they met, so kind of no surprise that this is going to be the blind composition. Kawhi playing the Shadow Priest Mage Paladin. They're going to be looking for lots of crowd control and setups, and similarly, I mean, Charlotte Phoenix, they're going to be looking for the same thing. Nick was very slippery in their last matchup, and I'm excited for this one. Let's see where Charlotte Phoenix decides to attack and open up on early on. Looks like they will get a sap on Prev, and looks like Brian will be the main target. Jamili going for combustion, immediate Kleptomania, but the damage has been done. Surrounding with a good diffuse there. Kleptomania, double Dragon's Breath. Can they get more from Brian? And it looks like they're not going to be able to today. Brain manages to hold on.
Yeah, and that is the Pro Legendary. Now we're going to see a blind here onto Brain. Swap over onto Ceralium. He trinkets out immediately. Where's the follow-up? Nick gets the sap. And here we go, Ceralium now with the Combustion. Jamili losing out on the Klepto War there a little bit from earlier. I think he got his Combustion stolen and tried to steal it back or something. But that's going to allow Ceralium actually to counterattack here a little bit. Still, though, Ceralium in a lot of trouble here. All the time comes out. Rune of Power gets the counterspell there onto Jamili. And Ceralium is going to deflect that entire blind attempt just with his trinket. So definitely good defense there from Ceralium, and Brain as well, sitting through that CC chain, knowing that he has been the target of that opener. His Pro Legendary is on CD, so he's not going to allow himself to get swapped to by trinketing, in a bad manner there. And now Jamili looking for another setup here onto Ceralium. They get the Sheep Shot onto Prev. They get re-CC. They get the Mind Games. Ceralium dropping dangerously low here. Jamili looking for one more Polymorph. Doesn't have more DRs there. Prev once again here now setting up his setup with the Mind Games, with the Disarm behind the pillar. And this is actually spiraling a little bit out of control here. Cornic now stuck in a sheep. Jamili actually might have to use his Ice Block here if Ceralium can connect a little bit more damage. Fear comes out, and there it is. Ice Block, and Kawaii got to take that first big cooldown.
Nice plays here from Kauai. If they can hold it together, they're looking strong. Jamili's constantly on the back foot. Nick looks like he wants to set something up, sidestepping towards Brain, looking for that stun into stun, but Brain and Ceralium are positioned in a way that it's difficult. Nick getting polymorph now, stalling out that stun. Brain's line of sighting Nick perfectly here. It's very difficult for him to navigate this. Frost Nova in midfield. Corlick using Door of Shadows to sneak up on Brain with that feather. Brain getting a pre-blessing of protection, Ceralium, but they held on to the crowd control. They're patient. Corlick is waiting. They want to make sure that there's no defense here. Ceralium looks to be the target for Nick here. Jamili Dragon's Breath Prev away, protecting. Corlick, but ultimately Cerulean blinking in. They're swapping maybe? No, Jamili getting hammered on. Huge pressure.
Whoa.
They proc Wild Seed through pain suppression. Big heal scum. Not enough. It's not enough. Jamili is absolutely going to get crushed.
Wow. I mean, that was insane. Was that Mind Games on the Cauterize?
Yeah.
That was. So there was the Mind Games on the Cauterize, and as you know, you get confused when you have Mind Games on you. So instead of your Cauterize actually healing you, you basically don't really get much of an effect from it at all. And I think the only reason he was able to hold on at all was because of the pain suppression. But man, what a setup there by Kawhi.
It's sometimes in the seemingly crazy moments, he just sits down and drinks when his teammates are on 10%, and it never seems to backfire. It always seems to just work out for him. So it definitely did work out for him in that last match as well. But I do like the Meteor, and I do believe Ja is actually playing it this time around. At least he has it on his frame, so we're going to see and keep our eyes closed here. Wealthy Man immediately pulling out the combustion here onto Jamili, and he does get klepted there by Ja. I don't think Wealthy Man used his klepto, so that means if Ja uses his own combustion there in the next 30 seconds, Wealthy Man is just going to yoink that. And there's a war banner now being dropped here by Snots onto that polymorph of Cubsy. Jamili's going to be in a lot of trouble because there was no war banner on his polymorph, and that's going to be the sack as well as the trinket there coming out from Corlick.
Let's see what they can get off the back of this. Wealthy Man Tarba Jamili is just taking it still. Nick as well. Corlick struggling to heal through the assault of Cloud9. They're on match point and they're falling so far behind initially. This is devastating. Jamili critically low. Are they going to proc the Cauterize to get Ice Block Shattering throw on Jamili? Is that just the end of the game? They've pulled everything from Charlotte Phoenix pretty much at this point. If they manage to keep powering through more crowd control, they're not finding it. Wealthy Man on 30% blinking back, but there's no Avenging Wrath for Corlick. Corlick is dipping low from that Light of Martyr healing. He's got caught in a polymorph, but not enough damage to really do too much. Corlick procs Avenging Wrath. Wealthy Man now on the back foot. Cubsy bombing in Holy Lights here on the balcony, trying to stabilize him. Jamili just takes another hit down to half health. Corlick trying to save him with that Blessing and Protection. Wealthy Man not wanting to gamble with any spell steals here. Might even be off cooldown. Nick chasing Wealthy Man around the corner. Wealthy Man trying to line of sight. I like Wealthy Man's positioning. Cubsy can stay at this balcony and avoid a lot of crowd control. Corlick's in a full fear. This could be it if they're not careful here. Mirror images from Jamili to try and absorb some damage. Is it going to be enough? They're just absolutely destroying Jamili right now. Rallying Cry at 10%. Stabilizes him. Corlick's in the Hammer of Justice. Has to Divine Shield. Are they going to get Cauterized with Divine Shield? The damage output's insane. They get Cauterized. They've gotten everything. Only 2 minutes in. And meanwhile, Cloud9 haven't even broken a sweat. They haven't gotten anything from Cloud9.
Yeah, Jamili is still not topped off. There's a stun on Wealthy Man. Finally, some signs of life. Here's a combustion from Jamili, but Wealthy Man just kiting around with his soul shape. Now Snuts is on target. Jamili could be in so much trouble. Shifting power coming in, going to be resetting a lot of his cooldowns. Wealthy Man still has his ice block, but Jamili, I don't know how many shifting powers he needs at this point to get his ice block off cooldown. It's going to take a little while. Corlick luckily has his trinket and sacrifice rotating back up, so Charlotte Phoenix at least have that safety net. They're in no immediate danger as long as Corlick gets those cooldowns off. Wealthy Man doing a great job with his positioning right now, getting out the polymorphs on Nick, getting out the Novas on Nick. Freedom comes out. Wealthy Man just going to be taking a little bit of pressure right now. He's got no barriers up. Getting bursted down because he's going to have to use a lot of mana to heal him up. But still, Cloud9, they're ahead on damage. They're ahead on mana. They're ahead on cooldowns. And now they're pushing in to try to close out this game.
Yeah, and there's the hammers down by Corlick. He actually gets the preemptive sacrifice by Cubsy, but they do get that preemptive sacrifice. Corlick's going to have that up, and at any point here, there's a full sheep. I was just about to say, at any point, if they get a full sheep, that could potentially be the trinket here. Wealthy Man gets the combustion. Jamili steals it and cancels it. Corlick sits through the crowd control, and he is going to be able to survive there. Jamili now getting counterspelled on Arcane, now going for the Ring of Frost, but it's nuts all over him. Actually, he does land the interrupt there. Very intelligent hold there by Snots. And now Cubsy in a polymorph though. Wealthy Man in a lot of trouble. Big damage coming out here. Jamili pops the combustion. Wealthy Man I guess doesn't have kleptomania here. Could have easily taken that one, seeing how Jamili did steal his combustion a little bit earlier. And nice snipe on the Ring of Frost. Jamili in so much trouble. Cornic has no trinket. What are they going to do here? Snuts actually used the spear, and that was trinketed. Nick charging through the War Banner, killing it. If they can get any more follow-up CC, this could straight up be the game. Jamili has Ice Block coming up in 8
Rally
seconds,
fall.
5 seconds.
6 seconds,
Rally's gonna
5
fall.
seconds.
1 second, and there's a scene. Jamili's so close to getting his Ice Block, and that is going to be the
They
game.
perfected them. They perfected them. Cloud9 didn't have to use a thing. Cloud9 literally perfected Charlotte Phoenix in that third game.
Ooh, I like this. OTK, they're going to be bringing in that Windwalker Death Knight Restoration Shaman. And a meta full of Paladins. Cdew says, we're bringing in the blue. And Kawhi, they're going to be locking in the composition that they're known for, quite frankly, the Windwalker Fire Mage Paladin. I'm curious to see if OTK is going to be able to do it. I mean, they had the option to go for a mirror match, but obviously they feel like this is a better option for them because I feel like what Kawhi is bringing is really no surprise for OTK.
Yeah, and we're going to see here if that Windwalker DK here from OTK can deliver. It's been serving them very well so far, taking down Cloud9 earlier yesterday, and they were actually the team that sent them down to the lower bracket, and now they're doing a bit of a split strategy here. Who are they going to go after? Look at Drake trying to split up here from his teammates, going to go after Cdew on the side of Kawaii, and you can see Maz and Drake just kind of duking it out here in midfield. Trill as well, doing a little bit of damage, and they're just going to play back here with Cdew, looking to get that first initial grip blinding sleet combo, and Drake is very ready. You can see his portal already behind that pillar where he just rolled right now, getting ready to potentially port out. Now they might go for Ceruleum and try to grip in Brain. I'm not sure here, but they're looking to get that set up. Cdew actually crossing the map right now, and there is a double Dragon's Breath. They're looking to set up onto Cdew. Cdew is just doing a great job right now, just kiting around the pillar, and here we go. There's the blinding sleet. Here comes the setup, double leg sweep. Ceruleum going to trinket out, run away. Trill now going after Drake, committing a little bit more damage there, but that is going to be the first trinket off the checklist. Now they're going after Cdew on the side of Kawaii, but once again, Trill being able to peel that situation. Ceruleum looking to get on top of his target, but I don't think this setup is going to net them too much here. OTK grabs the first kind of small victory in this matchup.
Yeah, OTK with some good peels there for Cdew, protecting him. And now we see Trill trying to go after Ceruleum. Zwen gets Frost Nova'd. Ceruleum still taking a lot of damage. Zwen going to jump right back onto Ceruleum. Huge hit of damage on that double Frostworm. Brain going to pop out that sacrifice. Redirect damage, but they got the cauterize. This is good pressure right now from OTK.
That's one of those cauterizes your 50% health, and then you're on fire at 50% health, and you're not sure what happened. But yeah, Ceruleum not going to have the safety net of that cauterize for the rest of the game, or at least for another 5 minutes. Cdew, of course, going to be trading out his shield wall, that astral shift, as he's taking quite a bit of damage here from Drake. So Drake basically forced to go after Cdew in this match. Does not want to get cleaved down by Mez and Trill. And Mez says, you know what, you're going to get cleaved down anyways. Ceruleum getting really low. That's a blessing of protection. Cdew can get the purges. Unable to find it. Ceruleum going to be moving away once again. And this Fire Mage is getting absolutely torn apart by Mez and Trill.
Yeah, really, really good opener so far from OTK, but Cdew, no Astral Shift for about 50 seconds. Means that if he does get stunned here with Ceruleum's combustion, it could be scary. Mez does have an answer, though, with that anti-magic zone. Brain now pushing in here. Grounds the Hodge. Cdew here making play after play here. Mez as well now gripping Drake back from that scary situation. And he's making sure that she's going to be nice and safe. Now Drake looking to potentially get some cleat pressure here, going after Trill a little bit in the matchup instead. Trill going to be very happy with that. And the best target for them is, of course, Cdew, because if you're going after Trill, you're stacking up with your mage against Mez on that Frost DK, and that's going to allow him to get a lot of cleat pressure there. And now Cdew again in that 1v1 against Drake. Ceruleum here trying to fend for himself here against Mez and Trill. That Abomination's Limb is active. Double Dragon's Breath coming out. Ceruleum looking for polymorphs. Fake cast, trying to fake out Cdew, but not able to find it. Ceruleum here trying to blink away from that blinding sleet, and there it is. Blinding sleet only gonna hit one person though. Mez though with a nice snipe with that Cinder Ghost, a double leg sweep. And that's gonna be Drake's Trinket and the Ice Block. Another nice victory here for OTK. Rain already kind of looking boom as well here. And OTK are just owning so far in this game.
You came to see him. You know you love him. Lord Mez into the battle of game number 1, putting his team in a good position so far. Can they keep it up? And best, Kawaii here in the upper bracket final, send them down to the lower bracket. It'll be a long time since we've seen Cloud9 and Kawaii both in the lower bracket, but OTK are leveling up quite a lot here in Shadowlands. Trill chasing down Ceralium. Not many options left for him if they get this crowd control. Waiting for that blinding sleet. Gonna look for the double. Cdew playing off in the distance, getting ready. Potentially him as a target. It's Trill who's vulnerable. Are they ready? Cdew moves in, breaking himself out of paralyzed thanks to that Zwen AoE damage. Good positioning. That bought time for Cdew to activate Spirit Link, but even with Spirit Link, Drake's doing a lot of damage. Trill's trying to avoid him as much as possible here. He's building up some chi, trying to get back on target. Double blinding sleet, double leg sweep. Beautiful setup. Ceralium going to trinket and try and blink away. They swap over to Brain, but Trill's in trouble. He's on 1%. How is he going to hold out here? Cdew spamming out Riptide after Riptide, trying to get some Primordial Wave procs and get more Riptides because this is a lot of damage coming out of Kawaii. You cannot count them out.
No question about it. You really never can. Kawaii, an absolutely phenomenal team. The champions from last year in North America. And they've really made a strong case for themselves still in that upper bracket, going toe-to-toe with OTK. They are definitely here to stay, and we'll have to see what they can get done. Really close call there on to Trill, and we'll have to see what Mez and Trill can do. It seems like as this game plays on, Kawhi's getting a little bit more comfortable, slowing down these setups. Potentially, Australian going to get bursted down. Drake using Fist of Fury parry right now. Both Trill and Drake just avoiding each other's damage. Mez all over Ceralium. Mana definitely in favor of Kawaii at this point of the game as we step foot into 5% damaging. Trill with Diffuse Magic and Karna going to be feeling relatively safe, but there's been a few close calls. Trill very, very scared at this moment. He gets in touch death range. Drake can take him down almost instantaneously, so has to be careful. Hammer of Justice, Trinket, Karma, Diffuse. Everything trades from Trill, and all of a sudden, OTK, they cannot be feeling safe.
Oh, but here comes another setup with the double blinding sleet. Brain this time is going to trinket, use that sacrifice, and not only did they almost
what is this damage
Brain,
on Brain?
Oh my god! Brain almost dying to that sack damage there from that shield streak bouncing. But I was going to say earlier when they almost killed Trill, Drain actually snuck away and managed to drink up to full mana. I do think that OTK still are just generally speaking going to be spending a lot less mana in this matchup. So for them, one of their win conditions is absolutely that mana, and Drake right now getting ripped to pieces here by Lord Mez on that DK, but now Trill in a lot of trouble. Cdew, no way out of here. Trill can just die here. No defense. He ports away to safety. Cdew still in crowd control. He paralyzes Drake. Touch of death range. Trill somehow, some way stays alive with that excellent kiting. Fist of Fury parry as well coming in here. What a close call. Trill had nothing. Cdew had nothing. And the only reason why Trill is alive is because he ported. Oh! He might still be in a lot of trouble, Mez. Double blinding sleep. Cdew gets a big heal. Drake trinketing out there. And Trill somehow, some way defies death once again, but he is still taking so much damage here. The pressure is immense from Kawaii.
Is he a rogue? How is he cheating death right now? Mez and Trill down at half, Cdew in the Hammer of Justice, but they managed to hold on. They're getting their cooldowns back. They're trying to stay on target. Trill getting some vivifies. Mez has that Abominations limb rolling, but he's not able to really connect. He's just peeling for Trill here, as that was quite a long moment of intensity. Will they be able to turn it around now? Cdew's mana isn't looking good despite the earlier stages of this match. Kawaii are known for their dampening strategies in the late game. They'll always come up with an edge if they can hold on longer. Strime's in a bit of trouble though, taking a ton of damage from Mez. Big Obliterate's coming in. Drake's low health as well. They swap back to him. No karma for some time. Brain has a Divine Shield. Ceralium pulls the trigger on Combustion. The entire team gonna duck for cover. They get knocked out of the anti-magic zone by Drake. Trill trying to outskirt it here. They use Spirit Link Totem as well, which brought Cdew into the fight, and he is just going to explode. Kawaii with an amazing swap. Take game 1.
Oh no, OTK.
Brain!
Oh, Brain!
But,
Brain goes down to 1% health. Are you kidding me? He's still in trouble. Trill, can he connect? Mez is trying to get there, but I think he gets shut down. That was a very close call on that cross kill. But Cdew, I wonder if he had a moment to get the Astral Shift off. That was really close. If he had used that a little bit earlier, I think he might have been able to survive. But what a back and forth game that was.
Yeah, I think so as well. Heading into game number 2 here, it's Kawaii versus OTK. Best of 7. Kawaii up 1-0.
Yeah, and we're going to see here, similar opener, both mages just going in, spamming out fireballs, getting those fire starter, free pyroblasts, breaking off those triune barriers. Ooh, Sam actually getting caught there. He has to use his human racial immediately there to trinket out. And that's going to be a nice little win there for them. But Sir Adam did use his combustion there. Now, I didn't quite see if Sam used his Klepto. If he didn't, he's going to be in a great spot. He uses his Klepto there by Ceralium. And Ceralium actually is going to have full uptime with this Kleptomania combustion here. One of the perks of using your combustion first. And if you can net a cooldown with it, like when Sam is stunned, for example, then you can get a second combustion when Sam gets aggressive. And Trill is going to be pushing the pace here, but Trill doing a lot of work here. Again, on that Windwalker, both of the teams somewhat equalizing here. But I would say, actually, Kawaii, once again, with a beautiful opener. Here comes the damage. Cdew in a polymorph. Sam needs to kite here. Combustion is not available for either mage, but Sam takes a lot of damage. Cdew now getting swapped to as well. Actually, Brain getting swapped to here as well. Both of these paladins taking a lot of damage. Cdew had to trinket, use that sacrifice, and Sam has used his trinket. It doesn't show on the frame, but he used his human trinket. So both of these members of OTK already using big defense. Full sheep onto Brain. Now they're looking for Ceralium, but Ceralium doing a good job so far kiting. Trill actually getting stopped a little bit on that damage. Sam I am now as well, taking huge damage here. Going to be dropping very, very low. Cdew in a blinding light still. This could be the cauterize. There it is. It's going to trigger. No sacrifice. Could be the ice block as well. Cdew needs to get this big heal there with that divine favor. He does. Blessing of protection as well trades out. And OTK are just getting rolled right now.
Yeah, this is not looking good here. Cdew counterspelled. Ceralium feels confident to even allocate his interrupt onto Cdew here. This is not looking good for OTK. Sam I am altering back into a huge rising sun kick. Down to 10%. Cdew's in a polymorph. Sam has to ice block. This entire game is unraveling here in number 2. Drake's right on target. Cdew is still in crowd control. That ice block's about to fade. There's no cauterize. Sam I am's in a ton of trouble. Cdew's trying to power through. Gets a big divine toll. Now looking for crowd control on Brain. OTK need to get it together if they want to turn this around.
They certainly do. Sam just getting polymorphed up right now, looking for a Ring of Frost. He gets denied. Beautiful polymorphs coming in from Ceralium, completely controlling Sam and backing up Brain from being put in any crowd control himself. Ceralium a little bit low, but Sam is the one that's in big trouble. I mean, Cdew, no trinket, nothing. He has no cooldowns left. Sam at the same time, no ice block, no cauterize, super vulnerable. He does have his trinket, thankfully, so he won't find himself in that same situation we saw on the Grand. He might be able to actually break out of the sun. The Blessing Protection does come in. Sam still incredibly low on health. It's overwhelming damage, and Sam is looking like he will get dropped.
What?
Does come down. Can they keep
sacrifice on the seed? Sack the seed. That seed is living.
There you go. Sam still alive. He's going to bounce back. They have another chance at life, but Cdew's going to be taking a lot of damage from that sacrifice. And Sam might just get dropped again. Are you kidding me? He's just got back to life, and he could get taken down again. There's no sacrifice. Polymorph on Cdew. Kawaii looking for the double kill.
Double kill?
Kawai's. Are you kidding me?
What?
Are you kidding me? Kawaii just dominating OTK in these mirrors.
That was 3 minutes of pure domination from Kawaii.
Going to be a chicken versus a death knight. Who comes out ahead on Ashamane's Fall? Big map. It's going to be really easy in my mind for OTK to get those double setups, though. Prev's not nearly as mobile as the mage with the instant blinks. So setting that double up. They might even just run at the healer. Are they really just going to run at the healer on match point? If they lose this, they're out. This is a risky gamble from OTK.
It certainly is. I mean, let's see if it works out. Trill right now, caught in crowd control. They could take him down. He trinkets. He is afraid. And Prev, that wasn't his celestial alignment. He's already traded out the trinket. A cyclone now on Cdew. Prev, when is he going to pull the trigger? They get the setup here on Brain and Drake. Brain's going to immediately get out of that. He does, of course, have the Blessing of Protection, and he should easily be able to survive here. That was the Thorns also. They're turning their attention now onto Drake and onto Prev, and not having that polymorph on the team is definitely going to allow OTK to get a lot of damage out in this match, especially during this when. Right now, OTK playing very aggressive, but at the same time, Trill has to be very careful. He's got no trinket. He's caught into a stun. There's no diffuse magic. He might just get dropped. Cdew needs to help him. He trades out the Divine Shield and the Sacrifice, and now, OTK, there is nothing left for them.
They have no defense left whatsoever. But Brain gets knocked on his Divine Favor. Can they stop the next one? The Hammer of Justice from Cdew. Can they get the damage? Trills in the Cyclone. Big heals coming out from Prev. I think if you're OTK at this point, just stop the chase. Go back to the pillar and just hug it. Yes, go back. Yes, go back to the beginning. Yes, try to reset here. Just go for those double blinding. Yeah, triple blinding sleep. Even better. And there it is. They're going to get Brain's trinket there. And now you should take that and run with it immediately. Brain actually still taking a lot of damage here. Drake in a lot of trouble. Trill in a lot of trouble. Anti-magic. He gets knocked out of it. Cdew still in a Cyclone. Brain is there. Looking for CC. He gets the blinding light. Trill, what are you going to do? That anti-magic zone is not going to stay up for too much longer. He realizes it, and he is going to survive there. Now he has his diffuse magic. Brain here in a lot of trouble. Vivify is coming in from both the off healers on the side of Kawaii, and Mez actually getting disarmed here by Prev. He's playing that Fairy Fire disarm. Cdew does dispel it though, however, and I think at this point, finally, OTK can breathe a little bit, but they are behind on cooldowns big time, Sid.
Oh, Prev dips low. Brain picks him back up. Cdew in a crowd control. Cyclone gets disrupted there. Cdew going to trade busting protection anyway. Abomination limb is up for Mez, gripping the entire team together here, trying to take out Prev, who is avoiding the fight with that stampeding roar. Cyclone's on Trill, trying to max range Trill here as both teams kind of take a moment of pausing, waiting for their cooldowns, getting ready for the setup, softening up Trill, paralyzed on Cdew. Nice crowd control. Trill's very low health on match point. Diffuse magic, will it be enough? Oh my goodness, that Syndragosa from downtown. Mez even hits Brain along with it, trying to go after Prev.
Oh.
Prev's on the run, trying to kite, but he's taking a tremendous amount of damage, getting bounced back into the fight. That trade sacrifice. Now they're going to swap over to Brain. Drake is getting exploded as well. The entire team of Kawaii, but now Prev turns it around with a solar beam. Big Star Surge as Cdew responds, trading sacrifice. Instant reaction times between these top level teams.
Yeah, I mean, this is absolutely insane. Prev now on the run. He's in some trouble. Gets a huge heal there from Brain, but a Hammer of Justice. Prev still just running in bear form, just trying to kite, trying to get away. Can he find a Cyclone? Does manage to find it on Trill right now. Cdew, he has his Trinket. Trill as well. Trinket and Karma. So OTK feeling relatively safe. Hammer of Justice. Someone has to trade, and it's going to be Cdew. Trinket Dispel. Trill trades out the Karma immediately. Now the next response is going to have to be Trill, but there's nothing to really help him. If he falls behind and he doesn't do a perfect job kiting, I feel like Trill could easily fall in this next setup. Look at Celestial Alignment coming up in about 26 seconds for Prev. Both these teams have a huge hit available. Drake in some trouble right now. Getting a little bit low, but Brain just powering through with massive heals. Dampen harm up right now for Drake as well. Both these teams playing so aggressive, but Trill is really the one who needs to be careful.
Trill has no cooldowns left. Cdew has no cooldowns left. Trill, what he's going to do? He's running for his life. Paralyzed comes out on Drake. Paralyzed on Cdew. Brain gets the follow-up blinding light. And Mezdo going on a solo mission over there. Trill doing excellent job kiting back and forth, rolling around here. There's the parry fist as well. Cdew in a root beam. The CC chain is endless. The diffuse magic comes up. Syndragosa from downtown. Prev trinkets. Here comes the Celestial Alignment. Trill going back into the anti-magic zone. He's going to survive for now. Drake now getting swapped to taking massive damage. There's the Karma of Drake. There's the bark skin of Prev. There's the trinket. Both of these paladins basically at this point. Mez also in a Cyclone right now. If they can hold on for a little bit longer on the side of OTK though, they're going to have that sacrifice and that trinket. But Trill is taken down. Beautiful CC chain as Cdew's trinket rotates back off cooldown. OTK are going to go down, but they make it look very difficult there for Kawaii, and Kawaii are going to be the back-to-back winners of the Cups here in North America.